What if I told you that the most advanced fighter jet in the world, the jet that is supposed to be invisible, would just hit in real combat? Not by a superpower, but by Iran. For years, the F 35 was seen as untouchable, a ghost in the sky, but now something has changed. Because in the middle of growing war in the Middle East, an American F 35 was forced to make an emergency landing after flying over Iran. So, what really happened? Was it actually shot down, or is it something even bigger? Let's break it down. This story does not start with the F 35, it starts with a war that has been building for weeks. In late February 2026, tensions between United States, Israel, and Iran reached a breaking point. Airstrikes began hitting targets inside Iran. Military bases, radar sites, and missile systems were all targeted. Iran responded immediately, not just with words, but with force. Missiles were launched, drones filled the sky, and attacks started spreading across the region from the Persian Gulf to nearby US positions. This was no longer a shadow conflict, this was open confrontation. And right in the middle of this escalation, the United States deployed one of its most advanced weapons, the Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II. This aircraft is not just a jet, it's designed to enter the most dangerous airspace on Earth without being detected. It can avoid radar, collect intelligence, strike targets with precision, and leave before anyone even knows it was there. For years, it has been seen as nearly untouchable. So when an F 35 took off for a mission over Iran, everything was supposed to go as planned: stealth in, strike or observe, stealth out. But that's not what happened. At some point during the mission, something went wrong. The aircraft was suddenly engaged by Iranian defenses, and reports suggest that the jet encountered unexpected tracking or targeting. It was possibly locked into by the air defense system, and then it was hit or damaged mid-air. We still don't have full confirmation on the exact weapon used, but what we know is this: the pilot had to abort the mission. Instead of continuing deeper into Iranian airspace, the F 35 turned back. And then came the moment that raised serious question. The jet was forced to make an emergency landing. US officials later confirmed the aircraft was involved in a combat mission over Iran. It experienced an incident during the flight and the pilot survived, but they did not fully confirm how the damage happened. Iran, however, had no hesitation. They quickly announced that their air defense had successfully targeted an American F 35. These claims spread fast across media and military analysts because, if true, this would be the first time ever that an F 35 was hit during combat operations. Now, here's where things get even more interesting. Some early reports suggest that Iran may not have relied only on traditional radar systems. Instead, they could have used infrared search and tracking systems. These systems do not look for radar signals, they look for heat. And that creates a serious problem because while stealth aircraft like the F 35 are built to avoid radar, they still generate heat from their engines, their speed, and their movement through the air, meaning they're not completely invisible. So, what we might be seeing here is not just an isolated incident, but a moment where weakness was exposed, a moment where advanced stealth technology met a different kind of detection. And if that's true, then this is not just a story about one aircraft. This is a story about how modern warfare might be changing right in front of us. So now we know what happened. An American Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II was damaged during a mission over Iran. The mission failed, the jet turned back, and the world is left asking one question: how big of a deal is this? To understand that, you need to understand what the F-35 radio represents. This is not just another fighter jet, it's one of the most advanced military systems ever built by the United States. It combines stealth technology, artificial intelligence assisted targeting, advanced sensors that can see miles ahead, and the ability to share data with other aircraft, ships, and ground forces in real time. In simple terms, the F 35 does not just fight battles, it controls them. And for years, this aircraft has been a symbol of a total air dominance. Countries around the world voted for one reason: because it was believed to be nearly impossible to detect and even harder to hit. But now that belief is being tested. Let's be clear about something. Stealth has never meant invisibility. It means harder to detect, not impossible. The F 35 was designed mainly to defeat radar systems. That's why its shapes, materials, and coatings are all built to reduce radar reflection, but radar is not the only way to detect an aircraft. If Iran actually used infrared tracking, then we're looking for a different battlefield entirely. Infrared systems track heat from engines, friction from air movement, even the faint thermal signature of a fast moving jet. And unlike radar, you cannot simply hide heat the same way. This means something very important. Even the most advanced stealth jet may still be vulnerable under the right conditions. And now, here's where things get strategic. Iran knows it cannot compete directly with the United States in terms of air power, technology, or global military reach. So instead, it plays a different game. Iran focuses on what's called asymmetrical warfare. That means finding weaknesses instead of matching strength. Over the years, Iran has invested heavily in the air defense networks, long range missiles, drone swarms, electronic warfare systems, and possibly now alternative detection methods like infrared tracking. So instead of trying to build something like the F 35, Iran is trying to build systems that can counter it. And if this incident is confirmed, then that strategy might be starting to work. But here's something many people miss. Sometimes the message is more powerful than the damage itself. Iran quickly announced that it had hit an F 35. They pushed this story across media and military channels. Why? Because this sends a global signal. We can't touch what you thought was untouchable. Think about the impact of that. Allies of the US start asking questions, enemies feel more confident, and neutral countries begin to rethink military balance. Even if the damage was limited, the perception alone changed the conversation. This is a psychological warfare at the highest level. Now, zoom out for a moment. This isn't just about one jet, this is about the future of warfare. For decades, air dominance was simple. Whoever controls the sky controls the war. And stealth aircraft like the F 35 were supposed to guarantee that control. But if new detection methods can challenge stealth, then we're entering a new phase, a constant battle between hiding and fighting. Just like radar versus stealth, armor versus missiles, cyber defense versus cyber attacks. This is the next evolution. And what we're seeing right now might be the early stage of that shift. At the same time, this incident unfolded, the conflict itself is getting more dangerous. Iran has launched missiles toward US positions. The United States is increasing its military presence in the region. The Strait of Hormuz is under growing threat. And that last point is critical because the Strait of Hormuz is one of the most important shipping routes in the world. A huge percentage of global oil passes through it. If that route is disrupted, the impact is not just military, it becomes economic, global, immediate. That's why this moment matters the most, because it shows two things happening at the same time. The war is escalating fast, and the technology behind warfare is evolving. So here's the reality. An F 35, the most advanced stealth jet in the world, was forced out of a mission over Iran. Iran claims that they hit it. The US is still holding back details, but one thing is now clear. The idea of invisible air power is no longer absolute. And if that idea is breaking, then the next phase of this conflict won't just be more dangerous, it will be unpredictable.